You've heard a lot of talk about using temporary workers or subcontractors to fill roles in your company. But it's hard for most managers to imagine committing more time to their job than a full-time employee. How does using the gig economy actually benefit the organization? Hello friends. Welcome to the Wealth Watcher. In this video, we are going to talk about the gig economy and the pros and cons of freelancing and self-employment. You've watched various videos or information about the gig economy and wondered what exactly they're talking about. The gig economy is not as confusing as it seems. It simply means that a diverse group of people with different professional skills earn their money in a similar way. Another way to put it is freelance or contract work. Workers in the gig economy earn money by matching with individual clients and completing work or gigs for those clients to earn their money. Some gigs are as short as a 5-minute survey, while others are month or year-long projects. Regardless of how long the gig lasts, workers who earn their income through the gig economy must have a next project after their current project ends. A gig economy results in cheaper, more efficient, and flexible services that can offer consumers a unique and faster alternative to regular, standardized business. Plus, it operates exclusively online, making it an extremely popular choice for the younger demographic. In the United States, it's estimated that about a third of the population operates in some form of gig capacity. The number is expected to rise as more organizations adopt independent contractor work to save time and money. Thanks to the gig economy, freelancers have access to ways to make money through jobs that are flexible, remote, and often involve clients who care more about the quality of the work than the freelancer's credentials. As a result, we are in the midst of an economic revolution. For many, this means giving up the typical 9-to-5 desk job. For others, it means stepping into the underemployed zone as freelance jobs become the norm. Finally, some people choose this type of work as a hobby or side income. Millennial workers use it mostly as an income gap filler, and it gives them flexibility and control over their work schedule. And in exchange for this demand for free time, flexibility, and more control over their work, they have had to give up medical coverage, retirement benefits, and many other securities that contribute to a social safety net spurred by the Great Depression. There will never be another workforce like the one before the digital revolution. This trend has been going on for a while now. After all, the gig economy, freelancing, and sharing economy have been wildly adopted by the entire population around the world. Today's economic landscape is unlike any other and is becoming more complex by the day. The gig economy has skyrocketed in popularity over the last half-decade and is now a very common way for individuals to earn a second income stream. More precisely, it is estimated that 1.6 million workers worldwide derive their income from the gig economy. There are many benefits to finding work in the gig economy, including more control over your own schedule and the ability to set your own work rates. However, the downside of working for an employer who pays by gig hours is poor compensation. The need to increase income can be a big motivator for gigging, especially if you live a frugal lifestyle. The majority of gig economy jobs do not offer full-time pay. When most people think of the gig economy, they think of a new generation of entrepreneurs. They see themselves moving away from traditional employment and working on their own terms, choosing when and where they work and learning to be self-sufficient. Today we live in the era of the gig economy. An era of unpredictability in the daily lives of many workers. Operating in the gig economy creates a wide range of benefits that both businesses and workers realize. So is it a win for workers? What are the real pros and cons of the gig economy? Following are some of the advantages realized by businesses. Unlike traditional workers, gig workers have the freedom to choose what kind of work they do and when and where. The ability to work from home helps balance work and family schedules and demands. You can choose to stay on the regular full-time job track, but don't you dare complain about the predictability of your workload. Your colleagues will do whatever it takes to work for themselves in the gig economy. Reducing costs and expenses is widely seen as a key benefit of operating in the gig economy. This is because businesses can hire outside workers, which significantly reduces the need to maintain expensive workspaces and large offices. Additionally, hiring independent contractors completely eliminates large expenses such as employee benefits packages, retirement plans, and paid sick leave. The gig economy provides a workforce that the company can match directly to the freelancer. This eliminates the hassle of dealing with a middleman throughout the hiring process, thus making it easier to find people to complete the job. For people who prefer to be alone while completing an assignment, gig work is ideal. Unhindered by traditional office distractions like staff meetings, progress reviews, and water cooler gossip sessions, gig economy workers are typically given unlimited freedom to do their work when and how they want to do it. Modern workers in today's society have come to appreciate flexibility compared to the past. This is why the gig economy is thriving. People interested in accumulating additional income are attracted to apply for a position that offers a unique work schedule. Such flexibility directly affects employee motivation, which has a positive correlation to output production. Below are the disadvantages perceived by workers in the gig economy. Without minimum wages, unions, pay scales, and the protection of health insurance, gig workers are often forced to lower their rates to secure employment, at least to a point that makes them a more attractive proposition than their competitors. The gig economy is not a real solution to financial security. While it may sound appealing, the idea of replacing your full-time job with freelance gigs may not seem like it. Many people fail to understand how much it takes to achieve financial security through the gig economy. Organizations operating in a gig economy do not provide benefits to their employees. Independent contractors are not considered employees of the business at all. In some cases, organizations in the gig economy are not required to cover personal expenses such as gas used while driving for DoorDash. Being an independent contractor is an extremely independent job. For some people, organization is a key motivational tool, but for others, it can create a sense of isolation, which can negatively impact productivity and mental health. The need to constantly search for their next gig and deal with changes to their current contract can lead to increased stress, an unnecessary trade-off for the greater flexibility of the gig. Contract gig workers are not legally classified as employees, so their employers do not withhold income tax or EPF contributions from their wages. As a result, gig workers must make estimated tax payments and set aside their own savings safety net. Additionally, many gig workers are responsible for purchasing their own work-related equipment such as cars, computers, and smartphones. While some of these expenses are tax-deductible, not all are. It can work well for those looking for a little extra cash. But it has major disadvantages for those who want a solid, predictable income and some protection from the ups and downs of the economy, or for employers who want a reliable, cooperative workforce. As the gig economy matures, it's becoming clear that every trend has its limits. Nevertheless, with the rise of startups like Grab and Uber that rely on a growing supply of freelance gig workers, there is an ever-increasing need to understand and learn how to fit in with the nature of the gig economy and the workers who support it. For your HR department and the organization as a whole to realize its full potential. In the gig economy, the average worker isn't a 22-year-old with student loan debt. A typical worker is 43 years old and has families to support. The typical gig worker is not expected to shirk the responsibilities of a traditional employer. They already have it. They hope to hold their employer accountable to them. Having a chance to manage your time and your schedule and put your life first and your job second is definitely empowering. If you manage to gain the discipline you need, you may be able to work full-time in gig economy jobs. It's also good for the economy as it increases labor force participation, especially in the case of flexible, part-time job opportunities. Predictions are that jobs in the gig economy will continue to rise. National legal systems must adapt to this new trend and guarantee some form of social protection to independent workers. As for whether or not the gig economy is right for you, you should think about your profile and expertise, see if you are a good fit to do it part-time or full-time, and analyze what the market is looking for. One thing is certain, there is no need to rush. The gig economy is here to stay. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Follow for more.